Hi, my name is Leonard Ng and I'm from YHA Lawyers. Now, a lot of us are living in a strata property and we would have experienced the leakage either in our unit from the floor above, or we would have received complaint that water leakage the floor below are experiencing from your unit. Now, in this situation, today we will be talking about how are we going to resolve this situation. All right, what is an interfloor leakage? Interfloor leakage occurs when there is presence of either dampness, moisture, or water penetration in any part of your strata property. What is the law that governs interfloor leakage of a strata property? The law that governs interfloor leakage of a strata property would be our Strata Management, Maintenance and Management Regulation. Regulation 55 and to Regulation 67 onwards. What do you do when you discover presence of water leakage in your strata property? The first thing that you should do would be to file a notice with your management office. Now, your management office could be either managed by the developer, the joint management body, also known as the JMB, or the management corporation. Right? It depends on which stage of management your property is in. Now, the first step, as I pointed out, go and see your management office. Your management office would then make an appointment to carry out an inspection in the premises to determine two important things. Number one, what is the cause of the leak? And number two, who is responsible for rectification of the leakage? The management would then issue a certificate of inspection, right? Which is actually in Form 28 of the Strata Management, Maintenance and Management Regulation 2015, also known as the SMR 2015. Now, the certificate would set out who is responsible, what is the cause of the leak, right? And within 7 days after the person, whoever is responsible, receive the notice of inspection, he has to carry out rectification. How do we determine what is the cause of water leakage and who is responsible to rectify the leakage? Now, generally, there are only a few variations. Who is responsible for the leakage? Number one, if the dampness, moisture, or water penetration occurs in the ceiling, right? There is a legal presumption under Section 142 of the Strata Management Act that says it has to be, the water would come from above, right? In other words, the owner who lives above your unit will be responsible. There is a presumption that he is responsible. Two, in many circumstances, also the leakage happens in the pipe, in the ducts, right? In the gas pipe, right? That could have traveled between units. Now, in this situation, how do we determine who is responsible? It's very simple. If the pipe connects or served one particular parcel, then the owner of the parcel will be responsible for the leakage. If the pipe connects and serves more than two parcels, then it is considered as a common property, and the responsibility to rectify the leakage would be that of the management. Now, if the defect happens within the defect liability period of the developer in your sale and purchase agreement, then the party who is responsible for rectification of the damage would be that of the developer. What if the owner who is responsible for rectifications of the damage refuses to allow entry to carry out inspection? Now, generally, under the Strata Management Regulation, if notice is being given for inspection to be performed in your unit, you have to give access. If you don't give access, it is an offense under the Strata Management Regulation, where you can be fined for a sum of not more than 50,000 ringgit or imprisonment of not more than 3 years or both. What happens if the owner who is responsible for rectification refuses to rectify the damage, the leakage? Now, in that situation, right, if the owner does not want to rectify and he is the party who has been certified, right, to rectify the leakage, then the management can rectify the water leakage and charge whatever costs and expenses incurred to the owner who is responsible. Now, then also it follows the next question. What if the management office does not want to carry out rectification? In that situation, you can seek an injunction from the court to compel the management office to carry out rectification, or a complaint can be lodged to the commissioners of building, right? In which event, the commissioners building will either appoint engineers or architect to determine what's the cause of the leak, right? And also carry out rectification and charge whatever costs and expenses to the parties who are responsible. That's all from us. Thank you.